Hey everybody, hopefully this is working. I've tried to hit go live 3 different times and it didn't work. So I'm just gonna assume it's working and start talking. My name is Susan Jensen Farmer and my website is www.astrologyandsoul.com, or you can always reach it at www.susanjensenfarmer.com. So I wasn't planning on doing a live today. And if you see this on YouTube, which I'll post it there, if you want to be here or available for the lives, follow me on Facebook at Susan Jen Farmer. And I'll put that in the description below on YouTube. But gosh, I'm just shaking my head and like, wow, because it's a new moon today. I didn't know it was a new moon today. And I finished this meeting I was in and thought, I'll just check the energies for the day. And got on and thought, oh my heavens, it's a new moon in Capricorn. And as I looked at that and I looked at the degrees it was at, it's at 23 degrees. And I thought, like, my intuition immediately just said, gosh, this is about really looking back over the past year and seeing everything that's gone on globally all the way to personally and how it's affected each and every one of us, and to kind of pat ourselves on the back. It's in Capricorn, this new moon. So that's our identity and how we feel coming together. And this time it's through transformation because it's conjunct Pluto, which is a huge transformational planet. And if you look back over the past year, many things have transformed. Therefore, when I was really feeling into it, I thought, gosh, this is really what it is. It's like saying, okay, understand, really give yourself credit and love yourself for the mountains you've climbed this past year. They've been different for all of us, but 2020 was a year where we really climbed some mountains and decided what was important to us, what wasn't important to us. So where we were going to put that energy. And we've all changed to some degree. In my lifetime, this is the most dramatic year that I, can feel into as far as the world changing, like on a global level. So I got that intuitive hit and I was like, yeah, but then I thought, oh my gosh, that degree really fits with some stuff that was going on last year around this time. There was a buildup of energies of planets in Capricorn last year at this time that astrologers talked about for years, like really what is going to happen. Before that, there was also a set of eclipses that started on December 25th and then another one January 10th, because they always come in pairs. And eclipses tend to shift things to some degree. We're not going to go into those. When I thought about, holy crap, it's just kind of like a year ago that some of this stuff took place, and I put emphasis on the buildup that happened last year in January, I thought, oh my gosh, I need to look at what the date was for that. And it's exactly a year ago today. Exactly. That big buildup of energy that really changed and shifted a lot of stuff. And, the astrologers looked at and studied for years because to be honest, I'm an astrologer, right? I know the energy that's coming. That's the only thing I've ever been scared of. Quite honestly, for personal reasons, I was scared of it, but it's a very rare buildup and it was extremely intense in Capricorn. And I would say our world did shift on a global level, and we did shift on a personal level. So to have a new moon in Capricorn at pretty much the same degree. So last year, that buildup of energy came together exactly a year ago, today on January 12th, 2020, at 22 degrees Capricorn. Today, our new moon is happening in Capricorn at 23 degrees on January 12th, 2021. To me, like, astrology, this is one of the reasons why I'm just like, oh my gosh, astrology blows my mind. Because I always talk about how it's a continual flow and we're just going through the process and we build and we grow and we learn and we change and our lessons come to us and we muddle through them the best we can and try to make our lives better or understand. And when you have synchronicities like this, to me, I get astounded. Now, there's a lot of tension in the air still, kind of like right now, and that's because a new shift has begun. And it is so cool that there's synchronicities at play there as well. And I'm not going to go into the tensions because I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think Astrology by Rob and I are going to speak to them. I know we're talking about them for an Astrology Club. So if you don't follow Astrology Club of Utah, follow it. We will be there Friday night discussing the first quarter of 2021. And we may do a quick live, I think tomorrow, kind of talking about what's going on, a lead up. So I don't want to get into those. But I was like, okay, so here we have this huge astronomical event last year on January 12th. Yet the energies are shifting. And what brought that in? To me, what brought that in was what was called the Great Conjunction by astrologers. And that happened on December 21st, 2020. So just like a month ago, everyone talked about it. It was all over social media and what it meant and how it was bringing in, a new energy, a shift, which, it totally was because it happened at 0 degrees Aquarius with Saturn and Jupiter. So it did change from Capricorn to Aquarius, right? But what also happened that exact same day, December 21st, 2020, is that the sun moved into Capricorn, which initiates. So Capricorn's an initiator sign. It begins things. It's a new season. So it was kind of like a cool handoff. Like, okay, here we are. We're going to move the sun, who we are, into Capricorn. We're going to give us like a month or so to kind of really feel what we've been through, what we've done. We're going to let you feel this new energy the exact same day and kind of feel how things are shifting and changing, not only globally, but also personally. And we've seen a lot. Like I did a Mars video, I think it was January 5th, about aggressions and angst and revolts. And I mean, that came into play the very next day. A lot of those things will, come into play. And like I said, we'll talk about those at Astrology Club and hopefully a live tomorrow. But what that conjunction did, the Great Conjunction, is usher in this new energy. But it was also the sun in Capricorn. And Capricorn is in the zodiac before Aquarius. So it's a natural transition. And I just thought, oh my gosh, how cool that here we are about a month later, because it's what, 15, 20 days later, here we are with a new moon in Capricorn, really helping us understand. So to me, the energy of this day is like, get clear on the past year and how you've changed. Really try to step into your soul and who you are and look at what's going on globally and personally for you. How have you changed? How have your passions changed? How have what you'll fight for has changed? How has, what mountains did you climb over 2020? That was a big theme for 2020. What's the mountain? What are you going to get up for day in and day out and climb and keep getting up over and over and over again? And from that, how have you changed and transformed into this new energy that's coming in and at play, which is about, really taking yourself. So everything I talk about is going to be global, and it's also going to come back to a personal level. I'm more about the soul. I'm more about you. I'm more about what's happening inside of you. Yet we can also see it at play on a world global level, because that's where the energies play out. Sometimes it's going to be more personal for you, and sometimes not so much. So to me, this new energy that's coming in is where are we planting these seeds of potential to really look at ourselves and change, maybe rebel against ourselves and revolutionize into a new way of thinking, new possibilities, kind of maybe going against the grain and deciding what's best for us at this time. But we can't do that without looking back. And this new moon is just the perfect time to do that. So if you have time, sit down today, really make a list or think about some of the struggles you went through in 2020 and how you can shift those into new moon intentions if you're doing those, and look at things a new way. What's the transformation? How can you be thankful for yourself? Where can you pat yourself on the back and just say, good job? Capricorn's not a sign that does that once. It's just that does that once often. It doesn't do that often. It's really about just pretty barren. This is what it is. You just keep working. You just keep going. And that's when you get the karmic effects for it. And today, this new moon is saying, okay, here we are in Capricorn. Say good job to yourself. Both your identity and how you feel about things is here to say, how have you transformed? What have you done? And where do you want to take it with this new shift coming into play? I find astrology and the timing of stuff so freaky cool. I don't ever love something or get on and promote stuff unless I totally believe it. And the timing and the synchronicities that line up with astrology is jaw-dropping to me over and over, because I got the intuitive hit. I knew, I could have stopped there and been like, oh, I know what this new moon is about. It's about, being thankful for ourselves. How do we change? Blah, blah, blah. But then when I decided to look up a few dates and see the synchronicities in it, it blew my mind in just how relevant everything is. So if you're going to do a new moon ritual, don't do it before 10 o'clock Mountain Time. You have to do it after it comes together by degree in the sky. And that is at 10 p.m. Mountain Time exact. So if you're in a different time zone, do the little time zone calculator or whatever and figure out what time that is for you. Anyway, I gotta go. I don't know if there's any questions or comments. I have about 2 minutes, but I gotta cruise. I have a client coming. So I am just gonna jump off. If you have any questions or comments, put them there and I'll try to jump back on later tonight and speak to them. But I couldn't let this moment. I was just like, number one, as an astrologer, you should know it's a new moon. Number two, you should already know what you think it means. So just wanted to throw it out there for everyone. Okay, love you guys. Have just a beautiful, great day. Okay, mwah.